Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members, and thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for including me in this very important discussion. I appreciate your leadership, and also want to extend appreciation to my colleague in the Senate and the Democratic Caucus, Senator Cherry, who's been very much a leader on physical education requirements. This legislation, I believe, introduces a discussion that's important for all of our districts. Every day we read news stories and watch media reports that illustrate the declining health of America's children. Reports are issued detailing the terrible diets that far too many of them are eating. News stories chronicle that many of them are not exercising the way that they should. In fact, in just 2 decades, the prevalence of obesity doubled for U.S. children ages 6 to 11 and tripled for American teenagers. The annual National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has found that 1/3 of U.S. children are overweight or at risk of becoming overweight. In total, about 25 million U.S. children and adolescents are overweight or nearly overweight. What's more, childhood obesity is particularly troubling because the additional weight often propels our children on a terrible path to health challenges that were once confined to adults. I can speak from personal experience. It is true. It's clearly, having had hearings on it, you all know it to be true as well. Prevalence of diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol are all some of the risks associated with this obesity problem. That's why I was very happy to join with Senator George and other colleagues in a comprehensive package of bills that he spearheaded, and Senate Bill 282 would amend Michigan's school code and require that phys ed be provided in each of our state's elementary schools at least twice a week, 30 minutes per day. I don't believe that that's an excessive requirement. I believe that it is not an onerous requirement for our school districts to achieve. I know that my school district in the state of Detroit, which has a very large weight problem, and rated as one of the most overweight cities in America, is very strongly in support of this legislation. And so I hope that helps the discussion as we go forward. Again, Mr. Chairman and committee members, thank you for the opportunity to speak to this. I believe that anything we can do to work with preventing childhood obesity and finding ways to be healthier will lead to a stronger Michigan and a better Michigan economy. Thanks. Well, I understand that to some this may be adding an additional requirement on our schools. I really believe that we have a moral responsibility to ensure not only that our kids are mentally able to learn, but physically prepared to accept the mental challenges of learning. And physical education and living a healthy life goes a long way towards making sure that kids are ready to be alert and attentive in the classroom. I think that this is really just common sense legislation, particularly in a world of Xboxes and Wiis and the internet and videos and computers. We've gotten away from those basics of going out and throwing the ball around or playing basketball in the backyard. And with the world we live in and the schedules that we have, we really need to get back to the basics of providing basic education and basic physical education.